Heart to Heart is offering you what we are calling a few-minute warming. These inspirational words may be just what you need to change the outcome of your life. Join us for a warming to fill your heart.
I always remember when I was a deacon, I made my first privately directed retreat. I came to Milford, Ohio, and this is where you, if you can believe me even doing this, you're quiet all day long. Actually, I cheated a little bit, but anyway. You meet with your director just once a day for about an hour, and the idea is you would tell him everything that happened, all the messages you heard from God, and all the spiritual insights you'd had. And I said, "You're kidding. We're going to meet for an hour?" And I was so scared. I remember going to bed that night after meeting with my director for an introductory orientation. And I was to meet with him later on that evening about 7 o'clock. So I had about 20 hours to go. And I said to Jesus, "Okay, God, I hope you do a lot of talking." Because I've got to have something to write down and talk about for an hour with my retreat director. And I went in the next day, and I just had a few things written down. I thought maybe that came to my mind. And it surprised me. The hours seemed to fill up. And the week went along, and I got quieter, and the Lord got louder. I thought that was odd. I got quieter, and the Lord got louder. And finally, at the end of the week, I remember I had a journal that was nearly filled. I couldn't believe it myself. And I said to my retreat director, "Wow, this is really amazing. I never knew God was so talkative." And he looked at me, the lesson was obvious. "I never knew, Jim, you were so listening." And God can't believe you gave him this much of a chance. And I left that office, and I said, "My gosh, maybe Jesus talks just as much when I'm not on retreat, but I'm not able to hear him as much. Maybe the quieter I become, the louder and the clearer God's able to speak." I think that's true. So I have to say, miracles are happening tonight if you have ears to hear and eyes to see and a heart that is opening. And miracles were happening all this day, if you could recognize, but the hand of God at work, not in the extraordinary, but in the very ordinary events of life. That is always how God worked. That's how Jesus worked, through the simple but beautiful ways.
We thank you for accessing the Heart to Heart app. Please return again to hear inspiration that may make you laugh or even cry, but most importantly, bring you closer to your Savior, Jesus Christ.